Years now, and I know the exact tricks that I wish that I knew to go ahead and make money in these markets. So listen up and let's actually get you these tricks. First of all, I consistently manage to make money because I trade with the trend. So by having a higher time frame bias and always executing within that bias, you make money. It's that simple. So you don't need to know all these fancy concepts, blah blah this, blah blah that, EMA, blah blah, all that jungle bungle. What you need to understand is very simple. Where is the market headed? So once you know that, then you can learn everything else on where to execute. So how do we win today? And I'm going to go over this because this is a prime example of understanding where the market's going and how to actually execute. So, first things first, what do we always have to do? Go on the daily time frame and evaluate where the market currently is and where it's most likely to head. That's simple. So, here we have gold, right? What is gold doing here? You have a retrace, but overall we were extending and now we're coming back up. So likely areas of liquidity that are going to get taken is highs like these, right? This is an extreme target and the all-time high is the furthest extreme target. However, what matters here is very simple. Look, we know that price is likely going to go up. Daily structure is bullish. You can see breaks of structure, right? Goes up, goes down, goes up, goes down, etc. So all that we need to know now is that price is going up. Next, can price continue going up and is the lower time frame allowing for it? What do I mean by that? Are we in a lower time frame expansion or a lower time frame retracement? That's all you need to understand. So what happens here? We can clearly tell that price did its retracement and now it's expanding, right? And what can we say about price right now? It's expanding but also rebalancing because you have mini retracements after every single move. So there's not really much reason for price to come back down and rebalance as of now. So what does that tell us? We have price that's going up, that's balancing as it's going up. So there's not much reason to come back down. The daily is saying that we're going up. So we have daily alignment and 4 hour alignment. What happens at session open? We get a 4 hour break of structure, right? And we're already bullish on the 4 hour time frame, so we can expect to continue in that bullish structure. So now we scale down to the hourly to see if that agrees with our main thesis that price is bullish, right? So what does that tell us here? Here we have price that's doing the same thing that we saw in the higher time frames. See, it's not that hard. Hourly expansions, and we know that market opens at 8 a.m. for New York, right? So this is where it starts to get a little bit fancy, but right now you already get a gist of it. If you already know this and you know that price is headed up, now what we have to find is execution points, and we want to make sure that the lower time frame is in alignment with the main picture on the higher time frame because we don't want to get caught up in these candles here. We don't want to get caught up in these retracements, right? We want to get caught up in those moves up. So how do we do that, right? So let's talk about that. All that matters now is the hourly structure currently bullish? Yes. So what do we notice here? Before market opens, the hourly structure is about to break actually. It's about to be bearish, but guess what happens? It doesn't. It actually comes back all the way down and comes back all the way up, fooling everyone at some point that was going to go short here, right? Moreover, so we established that the 15 minutes bullish, the 1 hour is bullish, the hourly is bullish, the 4 hour is bullish, and the daily is bullish. And there's not much reason for this to continue back down. There's really a lot of reason for it to continue up. Also, mind you, today was a news day, but there was a lot of news at 8:30. But nevertheless, these things apply at all times. So look, what do we have here? Market's about to open. It faked everyone out and made it look like this was going to be a break of structure, i.e., why I marked it out and said this is a liquidity sweep on the hourly time frame. So, what do I know at this point? I know that the hourly and everything above it is saying that we're going to go up. Now I need to make sure that the lower time frame is on my side too. So, how do I know this, right? Simple. Look at the lower time frames. The 15-minute is currently what? Bearish. We did break structure here, and I understand that. But you need to keep this in relation to what? The higher time frame image. So this 15-minute break of structure is just a leg down before the expansion up. Does that make sense? Because on the hourly time frame, it's going to look like a move up, but on the lower time frame, it actually looks like a move down, then up. Retrace, expand. See, you have to envision what's going on the lower time frames. Now, we scale down because I know that the 15 minutes bearish, I need to invalidate that structure with bullish structure. But what do we know here? Before market makes any type of move, liquidity needs to be taken. People need to enter and exit the market. What do I mean by that? One, whenever you have news events, you likely tend to get liquidity sweeps. Like what? We have this very beautiful zone here. I'll get down to the 3 minute for people to see. People are going to highlight this beautiful buy area here and say, oh, this caused this giant leg up here. It's going to come back down and continue. It swept hourly liquidity. We got good entries. So this is where it gets a little bit complicated, but that's all you need to know. Where's liquidity? Where is it getting taken? And what's the overall direction? Because how do we fool buyers, one, so that we can get them out of their position? And then how can we fool sellers into coming into sells? So what do I mean by that? Simple. All the buyers that were here stacking up for this move here got stopped out by this massive impulse during news. And all the people who were short thought that we'd continue short on this retest, right? They come in here and observe market on the 1 minute and thinking, oh, this is just a retrace, right? Look at us. We made this giant leg and now we're retracing, right? And price even gave them a nice red engulfing candle saying, oh, that's confirmation, right? So they're thinking, oh, we're going to come back, retest the zone, make a nice 50% retrace off of this extension, right? So all people are thinking here is, oh, beautiful. This is a perfect 618. This is a fib retracement. I'm just going to make money on the way down because news made the move and it made the impulse. But more times than not, news is actually liquidating everyone that enters early. So what can I tell you here? We wait for 1 minute breaks of structure to say, okay, price was bearish. It did want to take people out. The 15 minute is bearish. The 5 minute is now bearish. But what can we anticipate here? Buyers just got liquidated with this move here, like explained. And then we also have sellers that are getting enticed to enter the market right here. So a 1 minute break of structure here is going to say, okay, that 5 minute is potentially going to get invalidated. But what do we also know? The hourly needs to close in a bullish manner, right? So what does that look like? If the hour just started and news came out at 8:30, right? We know that structure needs to be swept here in order for us to remain bullish. Because if structure breaks, that means we're likely going to continue bearish. So what's the bet? Higher time frame says bullish, lower time frame holds lower power. So 15 minute and 5 minute may say bearish, but these are weak structures here. Because look, comes back down, immediately gets bought back up. What does that tell us? Lots of weakness, right? Liquidity built up, internal breaks of structure. We are good to go. So where do we put the stops? At right under the fair value gap, because if price comes back down there, then we can execute from there. But to optimize for risk to reward, we execute at this point. Now, could you have executed a little bit later? Yes, you could have bought in here and then rode it here. But catching these moves also means taking the risk at the right spot. So enter, simple. So what's the strategy? Let's sum it up. Daily structure, 4-hour structure, 1-hour structure, 15-minute structure. If that one's not valid, validate the lower time frame so that you can invalidate that 15-minute structure that's against the overall bias. And finally, execute. It's that simple. If you know this and you know where market's going, you can build a picture in that direction. Because most of the time, there's a bunch of narratives that are getting built within here. But you need to know that you're on the right narrative. Because if you're not, you're going to get swept. It's that simple. So on days where you know where market's going, that's the day you want to trade. I don't trade as much now because I look for days where I know where the draws are so that I can make money. Make sense? So if you guys did find this educational, make sure to actually join the Discord. There's a link on the bottom and actually contact me. I'm willing to help you guys. It's completely free right now. Join the Discord. I post all these trades before I even take them. So you pretty much have nothing to lose. This is something I wish something that I had, and now you do. Best of luck out there. Keep trading, keep going at it, and now you have the tool that you need to actually learn and go in a positive direction. Because this one thing will change your complete trajectory by executing in the overall direction and by making sure that you're